My day had a bad start. I'd forgotten that it was a holiday and I needed to make a few transactions at the bank, and that didn't work out. I realized after I pulled up to the bank and the parking lot was, desolate, that it was Martin Luther King Day, and it kind of upset me. Um, I have a problem with Martin Luther King Day. I have a problem with the legend of Martin Luther King. Uh, was he a great man? Yeah. Was he the figurehead of change during the civil rights movement? Yeah. The problem that I have is that Martin Luther King was given to the people as a hero, while Malcolm X was in the shadow and generally portrayed as a bad guy, as a radical, as a violent man. Um, I don't agree with Malcolm X's religious views, uh, neither the Nation of Islam nor uh, Sunni Islam, but I believe he made more sense than Martin Luther King did. In fact, uh, the only reason that our society was given Martin Luther King as a hero was because they had to choose between the lesser of two evils. At the time of the civil rights movement, there were, blacks in this country who had had enough. And Malcolm X believed that, if you have a knife in my back and you remove the knife halfway, I don't call that progress because the knife is still in my back. Remove the knife totally from my back. He also believed that he would stand up for his rights and that he would not be abused by anyone. And that he wanted his freedom by any means necessary. Martin Luther King, on the other hand, the whole non-violent, get abused, let it be shown on TV, let it upset the people around the world, and make America change their policies politically. Well, a lot of people don't know that he was given this agenda. A lot of people don't know that the great speech at Washington, "I have a dream," yeah, it was a dream, and that was all it was. It hasn't happened, even though they allow people to believe it has, or encourage people to believe it has. It hasn't happened. There aren't we. Look at your society and see for yourself. Look at the conditions of black people. Do you think black people would willingly choose to be this way if they knew better? They don't know better. They don't know better because they haven't been taught better. Because as the rest of society has grown morally or spiritually or whatever you want to call it, as they become more civil, the blacks were left behind because they were not a part of the society where this growth took place. They are in a separate world. They live in their little closed broke communities, and them being broke, their communities being bad, that's their own fault. Because before integration in black communities, there were movie theaters, dance halls, restaurants, everything you could find in any other side of society. Maybe it wasn't as fancy, but it was there. But after integration, black people chose to go spend their money on the white side of town. And as that continued to happen, businesses went bankrupt. Entrepreneurs had nowhere to work. Aspiring entrepreneurs had to go out and be a part of mainstream society and help make them money and contribute to their economy, but none of that money trickles back to the hood. A funny thing about the hood, while I'm talking about Martin Luther King Day, is that there's always a Martin Luther King bridge, street, avenue, something in the slums, in the ghettos where black people live, as if they want to remind us every now and then that this street, this man was peaceful. He didn't fight back. I think that's a complete crock. In fact, they don't even allow Martin Luther King streets, boulevards, bridges in the white communities. It's really funny. A lot of people also don't know that this speech on Washington, according to Malcolm X called it the farce on Washington. According to Malcolm X, in the book, as the autobiography of Malcolm X as told to Alex Haley. It's a very easy book to find. It's everywhere. Malcolm X explained that the March on Washington was originally supposed to have been a riot planned by black militant groups. But when, the powers that be found out about it, they chose to take, civil rights leaders, Martin Luther King included, to New York and offer them a lot of money to have this big thing in Washington. They paid for the buses, they paid for the signs, they approved Martin Luther King's speech before it was given. I don't know if all of this is true. Like I said, this is just a story that was told by Malcolm X. But everything else the man said, if you research it, he usually, spoke facts. That's why he was hated. But, it upsets me to see our people duped so easily. And when I say our people, I'm talking about black people. I'm talking about the black people who believe that we have to be niggers because we see rappers and we see the drug dealers in our neighborhoods, and we see the heroes return home from prison with a lot of muscles and their heads halfway on straight, so they make a lot of money real fast when they return to the game, although they probably won't last 5 years. It breaks my heart to see so many people get excited about one man's birthday, and then after the birthday is passed, that is for those who get excited anyway, but after that birthday is passed, we go back to the same old dumb shit. Kind of reminds me of people that attend religious services but don't live by half of what they say. I don't know. I could really cut this video kind of short because I'm done. I've said all that I need to say. Black people, you need to wake up. Our population has decreased by over 3% in the past 10 years. They have so many black people incarcerated that we can't reproduce. We're already a minority. I don't know, maybe some people don't care about the survival of our race, about the greatness of our people. I guess in some cases, that's pride. I don't know. I want a good life, and even though, I don't believe in religion or whatever, the Muslims, they had a good saying. According to them, the Prophet Muhammad taught that you are not a believer until you want for your brother what you want for yourself. I want to be successful. I want a nice life. I'm even willing to deliver sandwiches to make extra money while I run this corporation. I hope somebody pays attention to this. I hope my people pay attention to this. I hope no one is ignorant enough to be offended by me focusing on black people Anyone who knows me knows I'm not a racist. I date white women, not exclusively, but I'm just saying I our people are in a sad condition, and I don't really know what to do about it, although I really want to. I know that I can't do it by myself. I know that the government won't do it for us. I know that praying to Jesus ain't gonna do it for us. We gotta we have to learn to be disciplined and to appreciate education, self-respect, dignity, work ethic, rational thinking, rational behavior, economic responsibility. One of the funny things that always happens when I talk to black people about the conditions of black people, someone says, well, what do you do? There are 1,000 things that can be done. If you know better, do better for yourself. I think Jesus said in the Bible, do not worry about the splinter in your brother's eye while you have a pole in your own, or maybe rod or something like that. But anyway, the parable is, fix your own problems before you worry about fixing somebody else's. And I don't know, man. I hope we can get it together. I really do. It's sad. I would like to see the world be a better place. I would definitely like to see black people in a better place. I'm not God. I'm not, Superman. It's a nickname. I earned it. I like it, but it's still a nickname. I don't know, people. Try to remember to take care of yourselves and those around you. Thank you. Bye.